By the way, if you are listening to this podcast, it is because of Anchor.fm. Anchor is a free app in the App Store for any mobile device. There's also an app on the computer and a web interface, and it lets you record your podcast right there on that device. You don't have to use like sophisticated Pro Tools or Logic or a mixer board or any of that fun stuff. You just hit a button and you talk about what you want to talk about.
I like it.
I like it too. It's really exciting because you can make a podcast and it distributes it to like 12 or 15 different podcast services all at once on their end. You don't actually have to like go submit it to iTunes or something like that.
That is super convenient.
It is super convenient. It's great. And you can do sponsorships. So you can do like little promotional commercial type stuff. And then they give you some money.
Yeah.
Which money is nice. It gets things and stuff.
Correct.
Yeah. Highlights. Free app. Easy distribution. Instantly record.
Done.
Yeah. Anyway, back to what we were talking about. Welcome to another episode of Yelling at Trees, where we get together and do whatever we want to because it's our podcast. Yeah. So, I mean, maybe it's not for everybody, but so far I've enjoyed making it, and there's probably at least one person that's enjoyed listening to part of one episode. So that's what we're looking for. Here I am with my brother Corey today.
Yes, hello.
And those of you who have been listening may know that Corey has interestingly vivid, sometimes terrifying dreams that he likes to share with us. And so tonight we're going to talk about one of the dreams that he's had recently. And I'm just going to let him take it from there.
Okay, so this particular dream was, I call it Parcore Carriers.
Parkour Carriers,
As
okay.
in the name of a business. Because that's what the last 10 to 15 minutes of my dream was all about.
All right.
So, part of this new courier system, delivering high value, like lawsuit stuff to people. Like they were like high priority clients and stuff, like high payers. And, like, I guess, like, I was paired up because I just started with this company. So the guy training me was like a super parkour dude. Like, you remember that movie, Six Underground, the new one with Ryan Reynolds? Yeah. That parkour dude that was doing all this stuff.
The dude that was like on the roof of the building.
That was the guy who was my trainer.
Oh, gosh.
Like, that guy, that actor, everything. So, yeah. But, yeah, so,
yeah,
like...
Who knows where dreams come from? Maybe it's from, abstract things in your consciousness that you haven't processed. Maybe you just watched a Ryan Reynolds film.
Yeah, like a month ago. But, yeah, so, for training me, we went to this building that was probably 3 or 4 stories tall, and it was all brick on the outside, but it had like, I don't know what you'd call it, like the classic red brick with like the stuff that comes out of the side of it a little bit around the windows, big windows, like if you ever watched Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, the original one, where he was like, there was all these crazy things around the windows, like on the outside of apartments and stuff that you could hide underneath, big ledges,
like little
and
concrete masonry ledges.
There was those crazy things on this 4-story building.
Sure.
I don't know what place it was in, but we were on this building anyway.
Probably New York, because Spider-Man was there.
So yeah, we were climbing up on the 3rd floor, and these little concrete ledges, and climbing on along the windows and stuff. We came to a wider part of the building that kind of turned outward, like an L shape, like we were going straight, and then the building turned at a 90-degree angle that way, and it just this outstretch. But that's the window across was the place we were going.
Because your Parcore Delivery service delivers directly to people's windows.
It like I said, it seemed like we were the only two doing this out of the whole company.
Yeah,
so,
you're actually just planting bombs throughout the country.
It could be.
Yeah.
But like these were things that like you had to make sure that the person got because it was like a lawsuit thing, like you had to make them, had to make sure it got to that person or whatever.
Sure.
So yeah, when we're on the outside of this building, and the place we're going to was the one that was kind of facing us, and there was a cage attached to the window.
Of course.
Like from top to bottom of the window, about half of the wall of the thing jutting out there. And yeah, it was definitely weird. But so at this point, the trainer guy...
Were you serving a subpoena to a jail cell?
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah. Okay.
So the trainer guy, he looks at me and he tells me to take care of this one, and he'll come back around for me, and he takes off like going straight up the building, like up the wall.
Like he's in a car. He says, "I'll come back for you," but literally he's just running around in circles for fun.
It was like, I'll go do these other ones while you do this one. So, like, this is my first one. So I'm just like, okay. So he takes off vertically instead of, showing me what to do.
So he floats away.
So I'm on this, like, 2-foot ledge, like, scared like crazy because I hate heights anyway. Unless I'm, like, on a ladder or something sturdy. I'm on this 2-foot ledge that has kind of a incline a little bit. So there's always that kind of feeling of slipping a little bit.
Right.
So
it might still be sturdier than a ladder, but whatever. Yeah, good.
So I go over there and I take this envelope out of my folder. It was kind of a dark green leathery strap one, like not a manila envelope, but like a very fancy envelope, I suppose.
A fancy envelope.
Dark green color, so yeah. And as I get closer to this cage on the window, I open there's a little door on the outside of it, I guess, somehow to get in or out from the outside. So I open this door on it, and I go into it, and I'm getting closer to this window. It's like maybe 2 or 3 feet, so I'm close to the window anyway. But I get like face first with this window, and the window opens, and there's a horse staring at me. Like a horse head right there in my face.
On like the 3rd or 4th floor.
Yeah, a freaking horse. So the horse starts to squeeze out of the window and into the cage. And like instead of like into the cage or whatever, he just goes right out the open door that I was kind of in. So I backed out of it. Of course, I can't fit with him, but I backed away because I'm like, holy crap, a freaking horse. Is on the 3rd story.
The horse is here.
So he just comes straight out and like goes out the door as if it were a cat escaping out of the door when you're not supposed to let the cat out.
No, don't let the horse. Oh.
Yeah, out of the 3rd floor. So he just jumps down and he's on the ground. So the guy inside is this old grungy looking dude, and he starts cursing at me and yelling at me.
You let his horse out, of course he's going to be upset.
And telling me that now he's not going to take the package. And now he has to get out of his place and go find his horse. So,
are you about to turn into a parkour horse recovery service?
So I'm looking down. The horse is just kind of wandering down below the window on the ground, eating grass or whatever. So the guy leaves, and I take out the folder, and apparently there's notes with this. So I took out the folder. I looked at the notes. The other delivery guy who had, I guess, tried to deliver to him before, and he refused it. It said exactly.
Do not let the horse out. Is that what it says?
It said exactly the same thing that was happening right now. So, and then his note said, just slide it under the front door and leave it. So, well, I'm not at the front door, so I decided to sneak into the window that was left open. So, oh my gosh.
It says, unable to deliver, horse got out. Yeah, no, that's good.
So, I think at this point I'm on top of the cage, because that was the only appropriate place to get out of the way of the horse. So I'm leaning over it. I do this kind of flippy thing into it because it's a dream and I can do parkour, I guess, even though I'm scared of the heights. So I get into it and it's just full of junk. Like he's a hoarder basically, and like he was in like a trashy outfit anyway. He's crazy guy, crazy neighbor guy.
Where was this horse hanging out if this place is full of crap?
I don't know. It was a small place too. So like the horse just came out of nowhere.
Definitely not enough room for a horse. Of course he wanted out. Yeah, go ahead.
So yeah, sorry, I'm reading from my notes I took when I'm writing it down. It was full of St. Louis Cardinal stuff. So he's a huge Cardinals fan.
Okay.
That's a point, I guess.
Yeah, sure.
So thinking the guy's not there anyway, I just toss the package into his chair inside the window and get back on the ledge I was on. Like, I'm done. I'm moving on to the next one. So I see, as I get back out, I see the guy's down there finding his horse and still yelling at me from the ground. And
Curse you, Parcore Delivery.
but instead of
man.
like bringing his horse back or whatever, he's just letting it eat while yelling at me, eat the grass or whatever.
I guess it was time to take him out anyway. So
Yeah. So I get back out onto my ledge that I was when this all happened, that little 2-foot thing that's at a kind of a incline that makes you feel uneasy anyway. So
the death ledge.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I get out and I start looking through my pack for the next package to deliver or whatever. And while I'm standing on there, I start sliding. Just, I don't know, whatever ease I had standing on there before was just gone, and I was starting to slip and
Yeah.
fall off the ledge.
Gravity finally kicked in.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's a dream. So
It pulls you down. It's one of those things.
So yeah, I caught myself by grabbing on the ledge really tight, like movie style, one arm, everything. And I'm just hanging there. And I guess another guy from our team is now very nervously crawling out to meet me, like because, nobody else does this parkour thing.
Sure.
But apparently he had to come and find me for some reason.
Well, yeah, sure.
So he's on the ledge just above me. And he's kind of a heavy set, big black guy, and he's on this like 2-foot ledge, so he's kind of hanging out.
You mean the Parcore Delivery guy? No. Okay.
No, the guy that's coming out to replace me or
Okay.
whatever.
Okay.
So he's very nervously shimmying along the wall, kind of to get over to me, and I'm hanging on, but like he's on the second floor and I'm hanging from the third floor, so like he's below me a little bit, and he tells me that like he says, let's see, I wrote down that he was told to take the rest of my shift, that I have a bigger job that they need me to do. So the crazy parkour guy that was supposed to be training me is now making his way back along the building, back towards me, and shouts at me to hurry up and meet him at the truck. So
Parcore Delivery Service still uses delivery truck.
I guess.
Okay.
I guess we all had to get to the place and then jump around the outside of the building to deliver everyone in the building. I don't know.
Doors just don't work here. That's what happens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I toss my bag to the replacement dude who almost falls off when he catches it. And I tell him good luck. And I drop down to the ledge below that he's on, and then I start dropping to the next ledge, down the next ledge, and then I'm on the ground. So I'm just like, see ya. So I start making way towards the front of the building and trying to avoid this horse guy as much as possible. I get near the, let's see, I'm on the bottom floor, but I'm still on the ledge. But it's like 3 feet from the ground, so it's like a ground floor window now.
Sure.
And I don't know why, but I'm still going across this 2-foot ledge, I guess, to be sneaky past the horse guy. And
yeah, you don't want the horse guy to see you.
yeah,
he
was just a pain in my butt. So I get near the corner of the front, and I'm sneaking past a window, and I hear a knock on it. So I'm just like, okay. So I kind of glanced that way, and I had to do a double take because it was a girl, and she was kind of cute. So I went back to the window, and when I came back to the window, she asked me, since I'm kind of a mail guy, if I could drop off her mail in the blue mailbox out on the corner by the road. And I turned in the blue mailbox. It was like 20 feet away and on the other side of a fence. So I was like, normally that's not what we do, but in this case, I'll just run it over there for her. So I take it from her. I get on the ground, and that's as far as it goes with a girl. Which I guess
pretty
is
girls
normal.
are always
Yeah,
getting people in trouble anyway, so it's good.
Like, okay, I'll take it for you. So yeah, so I'm on the ground now, and I'm going towards the fence when the horse guy and a couple mean-sounding dogs start running after me. So I say, forget the mailbox, and I just run towards the truck. So I just dropped her mail and ran.
So you just like, yeah, okay.
Yep. So as I come around the corner of the front of the building, there are animals in pens that weren't there before. Like in the closest one, there's a gate. Like the gate is open, and there's 2 big black dogs, and they're wrestling with an alligator. All of them have harnesses on, like you would put on a chihuahua or a small dog or something.
Even the alligator?
Even the alligator had a harness
all
on.
right.
Like it was a pet alligator, but it was a big 15-foot alligator,
In a cage with 2 dogs.
And they were just wrestling, doing his death roll or whatever, but they were just...
Yeah.
And it was crazy. Like, it wasn't there when we pulled up to the place. So, suddenly there's there.
Obviously,
And,
you've noticed something like that.
Yeah. It was weird. So I get past all that commotion and get to the truck, where my trainer and I guess another person were both waiting in the cab of this old kind of beat up pickup truck. One of those with just the bench all the way across it. So I'm still running from the horse dude anyway. And the couple dogs that were with him, and I guess the horse was chasing me too.
Right. Because the horse is mad you let him out.
I guess.
How's he going to get back up to the 4th floor? I mean, come on.
So I'm running, and I jump in through the open driver's side window, and we take off in this place, spinning the tires in the dirt, peeling out and all that. And we start driving, and the trainer says that the next one he hates doing because it's like 12 hours away, and it's a big project that they do every year. And he hates that they stuck him with it. So I start driving.
Parcore Delivery project.
I don't know, but apparently it's this big deal because they had to pull me off of a different job and him off a different job to go do it.
While you're training.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we start driving, but I have no idea where I'm going. So I asked the dude which way, and he just points to the right. So I'm like, yeah, like, is that a right at the light or just right here or what? So he says, yeah. And I'm just like, okay, just put it on the GPS in the phone. And as he started putting the GPS in the phone, I woke up. And that was the end of my parkour courier's dream.
So you, in fact, did not deliver anything.
No.
Even the mail that you were randomly asked to deliver to a mailbox.
Yeah.
I think the meaning of this dream might be that you're not supposed to be a delivery man. Which is ironic because that's what I do.
That, or maybe that. Also that I get in trouble by doing more than what I'm supposed to at my job, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. And don't mess with horses.
Yes,
they're jerks.
Screw horses.
Well, yeah. So that's been one of Corey's dreams, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And we'll come back later with another dream, I'm sure.
Yeah.
If you feel so inclined, you should be wishing for Corey to have interesting dreams, and we'll see what happens for the next time. Have a good night.